Unsolicited advice.
What you whispering for? Yo, it's unsolicited advice. Take it or leave it. I'm back again. Yeah, it's the holidays. I ain't gonna have a whole lot of time to put these videos out, so I want to do it now. And I just want to give a shout out to the people that have been replying back to me and telling me I'm doing a good job and stuff, and just, you know, helping me with my content and everything. I really do appreciate it. You know, I'm trying to do something different. I don't want to be all showy and, you know, I don't want to do a whole production. I just want to come to this platform as if I'm coming into someone's house or somebody's room and having a normal conversation. I want this to be as gritty, as dirty, as down to earth as possible. So I appreciate, you know, y'all for liking my videos and taking the time out to view them and critique them. I really do appreciate that. But today or tonight, I'm going to be churning out a bunch of videos. This one in particular is about learning to be satisfied. And as with most of my videos, I talk about, you know, society and what's going on right now in the world and, you know, what influences us. And one of the main things that always influences us is what other people think. Our status, keeping up with the Joneses, social media, feeding our fuel. And it's just gotten to a point where you start questioning the people around you, like, are you ever at peace? Are you ever satisfied? You know, are you content? Now, content is one of those bad words or those no-no words, because a lot of people will be like, no, you know, you should never be content. You should always be striving for a new goal or new this or new that. I'm 44 years old. I'll be 45 in May. And I've done a lot of things in life. And the one thing that I learned, and I'm learning now, that I was told when I was younger, is that when you get to a certain age, you start realizing that you have to learn to be satisfied and be content with life, because all the things that you get in life, all the accomplishments, all the things that you do, sometimes they mean nothing if you don't have your peace, you know, if you don't have, you know, happiness, you know, the small things in life. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't be goal orientated. I'm not saying that you shouldn't reach for your dreams. You should do those things. But at some point, you should get to a point where you're satisfied and say, you know what, I'm happy with life. I'm happy with where I'm at. I don't know if there's anything else that'll make me happier. But one of the main reasons why I feel like a lot of people aren't satisfied is because they love to compare. And we have to stop comparing our lifestyles to other people's lifestyles. Yes, I'd love to be in a way better situation than I'm in now. But when I wake up every day, I'm always thankful that, you know, that I at least have my peace of mind, you know, and I have those necessities in life, because it could be worse, you know. And I've had my time where I've had fun, you know, but I never like to compare what I'm doing with what somebody else is doing, because that's a gateway to depression and anxiety, because you're going to constantly try to either one up that person or try to constantly improve what you already have. And, you know, it'll never be good enough. Like I said, you know, you'll never be satisfied. So you got to stop comparing. Another no-no phrase is we have to learn to lower our expectations. Social media has us thinking that we're supposed to live this fantasy life, and it doesn't even fit our lives. We ask for things that we're not even prepared for, and it doesn't fit your life. So you're going to have to lower your expectations. You're not going to have your dream husband, you know. You know what? Let me take that back. It's not that you're not going to have your dream husband. He's just not going to be to the aesthetics that you think, you know. And for you guys out there, you're going to have to lower your expectations when it comes to these women that you think want you. You know, there's no way that, you know, an OnlyFans model or a stripper or you know, an Instagram model is only thinking about you, even if you got one. No. You know, it's just your turn, as they say. It's just your turn. But the moment that you can't provide, or the moment that you can't do something that they want you to do, it's not going to work. Now, when I say lower your expectations, I'm not putting down, you know, whoever's on that next step or that lower step. But you have to understand, that might be that good woman or good man right there. They might not have the same popularity, but they fit the lifestyle that you want to live, or the lifestyle that you have. If you have kids, if you work a lot, you need to find a person that fits you. And not even just relationships. Lower your expectations on everything, because it doesn't need to be that serious. Everything doesn't need to be an extravaganza. Everything doesn't need to be a feast. Everything doesn't need to be sparkly and shimmery. You know, we forget about the simple things in life and how we have to perfect and master the simple things first. And with that being said, that has a lot to do with peeking too far into the future, or going too far back in the past. A lot of times you're not satisfied because you're not focusing on the present. You're always thinking that you need to worry about the next thing up, or you're still worried about the past. If you're in the present, more than likely you're satisfied. You're happy with life because you're in the present. You're, like I said, you wake up and you're thankful. That's being in the present. Being in the future, meaning, you know, you're worried about that next stress, or that next bit of money, or that next bit of problems, or whatever, or, you know, your next goal. It's like, no, you have to focus on what are you doing today, because we don't know if the future's going to be there. And if you're focused on the past, you're definitely not satisfied. Nobody will be able to satisfy you. Nobody and nothing, because you are still wanting, you want the past. You don't want what's in front of you. You know, another way that we have to learn that will help us be more satisfied is to not seek validation. I don't give a fuck what people think, but that's just me. Everybody's not all the same. It's a little harder for others to not worry about what people think, but you shouldn't seek validation. Those people do not pay your rent. They do not help you take care of your kids. They do not, you know, call you and check on you to make sure you're okay. They do not feed you. They don't do anything for your life except critique it. So you should not care about their validation. You know, and even the people that are in your life, you should barely care about that, only because if you want to seek validation, seek it for yourself. Be happy for yourself. And with that being said, a lot of us suffer from FOMO. FOMO is a childish thing. It means a fear of missing out. So you remember when you was a kid and your parents had to do everything in their power to get you to go to sleep. And you never wanted to go to sleep because you thought you was going to miss out on something. We still do that as adults. You feel like you're going to miss out if you don't go to the latest party or the latest event, or if you don't get the latest phone or the latest, you know, whatever's out at the time, or the latest concert. Whatever it is, we feel that, or if you don't get to see something on TV or whatever, we have such a fear of missing out on something when this stuff has just been recycled. We've seen this same We've seen this same show over and over and over again. You're not going to miss anything in life because it's just going to come right back around, especially for the young folks out there. Growing up, you're going to think that you have to go to these parties. Those parties will be there. Those guys will be there. Those girls will be there. You focus on yourself right now. Just focus on yourself, and everything will work itself out. But you got to stop acting like you're going to miss out on something. You're not going to miss out on anything. It's going to be there. And if anything, when you do get ready to do something, it'll probably be something bigger and better out there for you when it is time. So just be patient. And that will help you be satisfied because with that, also with that, more is not better. More is definitely not better. We always think we're supposed to indulge, even when we eat, when we shop, when we plan parties, we overindulge because we think more is better. And if you think about it when you actually pull the trigger on stuff and you're overdoing it. You're never happy, right? You always say, you know what, I probably didn't even have to do all this. I didn't have to buy all this. I didn't have to plan all this. I could have just kept it a little simpler. We always say that, right? Next time I'm going to simplify it because I'm not going to do all this. This was pointless. That always teaches you a life lesson because it's about simplicity. A lot of times it's about simplicity because if you have to do everything big, you're overcompensating for something. It's just nature. Another thing we have to do in order to be satisfied is to stop thinking negative. God, you see it way more now where everybody's thinking negative. Everybody's talking, negativity into your life about everything. Even on social media, we might have fun and laugh at certain things, but if you look at it, we're being negative towards men. We're being negative towards every gender, really. We're being negative towards the economy, towards during election time, we were being negative towards each other. If this person didn't pick this person or this person didn't pick that person. And we're definitely negative to each other on social media as far as talking down on each other and hurting each other verbally. We got to stop thinking negative because if you're constantly talking negative, that means you're not satisfied with what you got going on, but you want to put all that negativity on everybody else so they can be going through what you're going through. No. Learn to be, you got to get to a point of satisfaction. And you can't be satisfied worrying about what the fuck somebody else is doing. One of my biggest pet peeves is conforming. Because conforming is like slavery, in my mind. You shouldn't conform. You shouldn't be doing what everybody else is doing. You'll never be satisfied trying to do what somebody else is doing. It's just a form of slavery. Conforming and giving in to other people's ideas, other people's way of living, giving somebody their way. It's slavery. That means you don't even have your own mind. It goes back to the last couple of videos where I was talking about being a follower or a leader. It's a form of slavery if you're conforming to a lifestyle just because everybody else is doing it. That means you haven't even sought out all your options. You just riding a wave because you can't make up your own mind, so you're letting everybody else do it for you. And that's a big pet peeve of mine. I swear I'll go against the grain. It might not be a popular thing, but that's just me. It helps me with my peace because it's irritating for me to watch other people be like everybody else. Piggybacking off the simplicity thing, we got to start celebrating small victories because the small victories feel like big victories. Just small victories, even if you just, you've gotten to a point where you're starting to pay your bills on time. You know, yeah, you might be at the point of being broke, but it's a big victory. It is, you know, it may feel small, but it's a big victory because you're getting back on your routine. You're being more structured, you know, in your life, you know, and things are starting to look better. You know, anybody that knows, you know, you don't want to get behind on your bills. You feel like you never have time to do anything. Um, you know, but just celebrating small victories. If you know, if you're getting back together with family or things like that, you know, maybe y'all was on the outs, even relationships, you know, things aren't going well, and all of a sudden they're starting to do better. You know, learn to be satisfied. Stop, you know, pushing an agenda just because you want perfection. It's not about perfection. It's about those small victories. Small victories are everything. You know, I know it's, like I said, I know it's easy for me to say I'm a calm, even keel type of person, so it don't take a whole lot to make me happy. Anybody that knows me knows that food makes me happy. You know, I'll get over an argument. You give me some food. So, you know, those are small victories for me. But as far as being satisfied, you know, it's okay to have drive about certain things, you know, but learn to finish. Finish. It's not about perfection, it's about finishing. Learn to be satisfied with finishing something, not perfecting. Perfection can lead to depression. That means you'll never be satisfied, nothing will ever be good enough. We have to learn to be satisfied and content, because there needs to be a point where you can, okay, I'm gonna stop right here. I think this is good. So I'm not saying that you should give in to something or you should accept less, but you have to get to a point of satisfaction, you know, because you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself and the other people around you, searching for perfection. But that's just my unsolicited advice. You know, whether you like it or not, you can take it or leave it.